Hi Aquarius, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your May 2022 tarot reading. This is a reading for all Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you to all of you for all the support. You bring great joy to my life. I send you love and appreciation every single day. I do appreciate you all. If you are new here, welcome. I post new readings on Friday, then again on Monday. So if a reading doesn't resonate, come back in a couple of days. You can watch a new reading. Fridays are a general reading. Mondays are a different style every week. So today's reading will be a more detailed Celtic cross style reading, but then next week I'll have a 4-month predictive reading, and I don't do those very often. Those are a lot of fun. I also added a law of attraction tarot card reading, and I think I'm going to keep that one around. People seem to like it. So if you like tarot and you like the channel, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to Higher Source Tarot. Okay, what advice do you have for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What does Aquarius need to know, please, for the best and highest good of all concerned with Aquarius? Messages for Aquarius, please. Okay. All right, so we'll start here with the tarot, and then we'll have the Angel Answers Oracle cards. Current situation, we've got the Four of Cups, the immediate influence. Oh dear, the Nine of Swords. You've got the Knight of Pentacles in your subconscious, the Nine of Swords in the distant past, the Queen of Swords in the more recent past. You've got the Five of Wands coming towards you, but you're represented by the Hierophant. The person or situation you're attracting is the Sun. You have the High Priestess in your hopes and fears. Very cool. And Strength, 4 major arcana right in a row. It was like there was this wonderful build as we got to the outcome. Well, I do feel like if you're going through a challenging time, you're definitely going to prevail with Strength. Strength is kind of one of those loaded cards that we don't, I feel like it's like we don't get the illumination like we get with the Sun, but it's definitely about grace, it's about success, and it's a very positive card to have in that position. Now, the bottom of the deck, we've got the Lovers, 5 major arcana. I mean, that's not too shabby. The 3 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords, okay? So I definitely feel like you have a choice that is being presented here. You have here Taurus, Leo. Definitely a strong reading for Leo. You've got Gemini here. You've got air, fire, water, and earth. You've got all the elements here. Well, I do feel like it's like they're telling you love will prevail, whatever it is. You know, it's energy. Love is energy. So if it's a situation about a house or something like that, because you definitely have conflict, it feels like it's a conflict over a material for some of you, material matters, rather than matters of the heart. Others of you, though, in terms of a relationship, you're attracting something really nice through this area. You also have with the High Priestess and the Hierophant, those are counterparts, and they're spiritual deities, I guess you could say. It's like being very wise and very connected spiritually. But with the Lovers card here too, you've got the Archangel Raphael coming in. So it's a card that represents love, yes, in matters of the heart. But it's also, it's in terms of relationships, it's telling you you have a beautiful relationship inside and out. If it's a career situation, though, with the Lovers, it's a career that flourishes, but you are overcoming an obstacle, okay? This can also be a card of fertility for some, too, so be aware of that if that's what's going on here. I do feel like there's a little bit of angst around it, but just be easy about it, guys. They're telling you things are working out for you. So with the 3 of Pentacles, that brings in a very harmonious energy. It's people working together. For some of you, too, it could be a promotion or an upgrade in terms of work, something where you're going to have more respect. People around you are just going to work together better. So if you're taking on a new job, or you've been waiting and trying to find a new job and there's been a lot of chaos around you, I do feel like, too, for somebody, if it's moving, there's been a very chaotic move. It almost feels like, too, if you were doing some kind of a lease, they're like not wanting to return money to you. I get that for some of you where they haven't been good on their end of the agreement. But look, I had when everything shut down, I'm afraid to say certain words on here because you never know what they'll do to your video if you do. When everything shut down, I had a trip planned and I bought travel insurance. And so I think with the major, claims for travel insurance, many companies were trying to avoid paying. And so I have a very good friend who's an attorney. And I said, what do you think I should do? She said, just keep it simple. we made an agreement. This is the agreement. You're not holding up your part of the contract. And that was all I did. And I did have to do a little more, but it did end up going my way. So with the Five of Swords here, I do feel like in this case, you are going to stand your ground. If it's something like that, those of you that there's a money thing, or if it's like a conflict kind of a thing at work, you're going to keep going until you find the right job. You're not going to stay in that conflict, though. If you have to move on, you will. I do feel like it brings in a bit of angst, though, and I think that there is an influence on a wonderful relationship here. So for some of you, if you're in an angsty period and you're saying, I'd love to be in a relationship, but now is not the right time when I'm in this kind of a mood, you're right. We don't want to attract somebody when we're trying to mitigate stress, because we'll attract low vibrational relationships. So you may have had some new offers coming in that you just didn't want to take up because you know that you need to get this done first. Others of you, though, in a relationship, be open to the person's offer for support, okay? And also, too, don't make the whole relationship about whatever this is. If it's your work or it's a house or a housing thing, it's like you still need to find joy in the relationship. We don't want to turn that into this problematic situation. So with the Four of Cups there, fours are like the four legs of a table. Accept that help, accept that offer of support. But again, be very clear about why you're with this person. It's not just for the support, right? Now, the Nine of Swords, too, when you see that, it's like they're telling you, don't worry about it. They're telling you it's needless worry, that just be more focused on what it is that you want. And, you know, Neville Goddard taught manifesting this way. See things through your first person reality, as if you're already experiencing the situation, bringing in all the tones of reality, okay? As if you're in the situation, if it's a house or a new apartment or wherever you're moving or a new job or even a relationship. See yourself as all these problems are done. We're not in that anymore. We're in the beauty of this beautiful relationship. I'm in the situation I want to be in, because you're headed towards synergy. And so we can expedite things by being in that feeling of I already have it now. And that does something to the subconscious, which was a wonderful segue right into the subconscious. So this one's here to bring good news. With the Knight of Pentacles in that position, it's really about getting long-term success. So you may find that sometimes things in your life do seem to take a bit. It's like, Jesus, when is this going to happen? I've been meditating and watching every single manifesting video I can get my hands on. When is this happening? Well, with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight likes to get things done right the first time. So the good news is you're not having to go back, or you're not looking at the calendar trying to find out when Mercury retrograde is coming. In terms of a life partner, I do feel like you have somebody who wants to make a commitment and will be committed for the long haul. I do like this person's energy a great deal. You have a marriage coming into the reading, a long-term commitment showing up here. And it's also, too, this is also a wonderful card for long-term stability financially. So it's like they're telling you you are getting there, even if it seems like there's incremental changes. They're changes, and they're bringing you toward their bridges of incidents, right? Those co-occurring incidents are telling you the universe is bringing in what you've asked for. So the Nine of Wands, we've got these two nines here that show frustration. They show challenge in your life, but this one is you don't give up. So some of you may have gone into spiritual mode when you started to experience some challenges, and that really is the best thing that we can do, is go into who we really are and to some extent separate ourselves from the mind. The Nine of Wands, though, is about completion and its realization. It is a new beginning showing up here. And I like it that right after this, you have the Queen of Swords, which is you and your own energy. So it shows you if you were kind of turning into a little bit of a puddle, trying to say, oh my God, I don't know if I can keep this up. I feel like the Queen of Swords energy came in just to give you that big push over the finish line. So with this Nine of Wands, again, I do feel like you've had some frustration showing up here, but it's just about that conquering spirit reaching in and saying, hey, I'm a spirit in this earth school. These experiences were here to teach me a lesson. Once I have one experience, I don't need to repeat the lesson again and again. I'm fine with new lessons. Let's get on to those. The Queen of Swords has you in your personal power. Of course, queens are masters of the suit. This is the master of intellect, the mind. Talk about self-mastery. If we can master the mind, we've got it all. The Queen of Swords, too, is a hilarious energy, so it could have been another air sign, too, that you attracted. You also have Gemini here, too. So it could be somebody that you're attracting who's very funny in the way that they deliver things, especially if this is your partner. If you're attracting a Gemini, I do feel like they have a way about them that just kind of puts everything into perspective, and it's very funny. Their delivery is very funny with that. Now, with the Queen of Swords, too, this is also an energy where you'll have a real gift for any kind of contracts. So, like I said, if you're moving and they're trying to withhold some money, you'll see it right away, and I feel like you'll have the right words. I do see somebody sending an email, and it's like it's very well laid out so that there's really no way to argue with it. It's like, oh boy. You know, so keep original documents, especially if you're in the interest of signing new things. Make sure you're staying organized. This will help you do just that. You'll keep things together so that you're not losing important information. I see somebody with like folders on their email, really getting their emails organized, but it's like somebody's got like hundreds of emails in there. So it may be time to organize that too, so it's not quite as overwhelming. With the Five of Wands here, this again shows a little bit of conflict, but this is child's play. This isn't anything serious, and I do feel like with that Nine of Swords, they're trying to tell you that. Just don't stay in this energy for too long. Fives are about change. Wands are about expansion and growth, though, so I do feel like they're... Now here's where we get into the good stuff in the reading, where we get into the power players of the reading. This is like minor arcana are kind of minor bumps in the road. It could be even a day problem. I mean, it doesn't have to be months-long energy when it's something like a Five of Wands energy. So we mentioned before, you've got this beautiful energy showing up. Now, I do have to point out with the Hierophant and the Lovers, those are 5, 6, okay? We have 78 cards here. So when we start to see alignments, those are important connections, and the cards tell a story together. They're really beautiful. So they're telling you do have a life partner coming in, and you do have, too, whatever changes you're making here, you're going to love it. It's synergy. This is the kind of the energy where it's unity, it's synergy, it's bringing everything together. And so here we go into something a little more positive than what you're coming out of. The Hierophant in some decks is actually called Unity, and he holds up his hand saying, be still and know. So know that the changes that are coming through are going to be long-term, they're going to be solid, and they're what you've wished for. The Hierophant is intuition. You have the card of the Psychic here too with the High Priestess. So when you're in that state akin to sleep, like we've talked about with Neville Goddard, that's when we want to do the asking. The Lovers also is a card that represents dream interpretation. So with the High Priestess, the Hierophant, and the Lovers, pay attention to your dreams and any messages you're receiving, because the universe will communicate with you on the level that you can receive it. So this card is too oftentimes connected with the numbers 3, 7, 12. You also have the 2 keys to the universe down here at his feet. So I feel like they're telling you, you've got the book of the universe, the book of life here in the High Priestess. They're telling you you're getting into a new cycle where answers will be revealed, information will come forward. And this is a wonderful energy of knowing that things are happening. It is too referred to as a secret force called forth. So again, you're using your intuition here. But the Hierophant makes a wonderful partner. It makes a committed employee. Whatever you're doing, you'll stick with it. You'll see it to the end. And it'll be an energy that's wonderful. I mean, this is a lovely energy of devotion and trust and real love coming in. So with the Sun card, the Sun is a hell yes card. It's pure positivity. It's liberation. And he waves that banner of success. This is the situation you're attracting. So whatever you've gone through, they're telling you are going to have a success here. It's a card, too, where the right people come into play. It's like you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. So those of you that have to send that email, the right person's going to get a hold of it. They'll be on the receiving end, and this is where it'll be a real turning point, and you're going to find that this is gain. It's true gain. It's true joy. It's absolute happiness, and it's riches, too. So if there's money on the line, this is telling you it's coming in. It's going to, especially those of you where it's a return of something. I definitely feel very strongly that's happening for you. In terms of a life partner, like I said, they are really good at keeping things in perspective, but they're telling you still infuse that relationship with love and joy. Don't forget why you're in it. It's not just for support. It's because you're in something that brings this kind of energy and warmth into your life. It's a very warm energy too. So the High Priestess, the card of the psychic, tells you you have everything you need to know. It's all available. This is also a law of attraction card as well. Her crown touching those pomegranates is a symbol of bringing heaven to earth. You've got a new cycle coming in. Information will be revealed to you. And it's also a card where you're going to stay true to yourself. So like I said, you are going to stand up for yourself if you need to. And you have it again here too with strength. Talk about victory, success, and flourishing. You've got this infinity symbol as the crown, indicating that new doors are going to open. So you're completing a chapter and going into a new one. And in a relationship too, I do feel like as this, whatever this problematic thing has that comes to pass here, you move into a relationship where you, or into, well, it could be into a relationship or into an energy where you can focus on that relationship in the way that you'd like to. So let's see here what the angels have to say for you, Aquarius. All right, what else does Aquarius need to know, please? Messages for Aquarius. All right, you have recovery, okay? So I like that because you've got a bit of stress around you. You're going to be into this other energy that's going to feel so much more relaxed. They say if you believe, ask, believe, receive. And they say there's a golden opportunity. So there is going to be, like I said, some kind of alignment where you get to the right person at the right time within the next few weeks. And they give you a yes, okay? So you can have, do, or be anything, Aquarius. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.